talked about chip blocks. That means not 100% successful blocks. We're talking about 60 or 70% blocks. It half works or almost nearly works. People, they want to see heroes fail. It's a surprising thing, but it's true. And then they love to see the hero get back on his feet again. Just close it up fast. Football is a game of seconds and inches.
The action in it is out of control because they're doing real hits. There's no stunt guys. These guys are laying it on the line.
It's the most accurate production, I think, that will ever be made on football.
Dad used to say, no intensity, hurry up, no victory.
We have this great romantic belief in individuals, but ultimately society depends, its fate depends on the team.
Everything is moving so much quicker, and that's human nature as well. You're always, if you're not getting younger, you're getting older.
Well, there's an expression, called footsteps in sports, which is there's always somebody creeping up behind you. You're constantly having to produce. It's like the movie business.
We gonna get this on camera. This camera is watching you. You gonna be on TV.
Starting place, his picture.
Don't film me right now. Are you part of the crew or?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
He is an artist. He steps over the line with everything he does. People are afraid to step over the line, and I think that's what they admire about Oliver, is he steps over the line for all of us.
It almost seems inevitable that Oliver Stone would take on professional football as the subject of his next film, Any Given Sunday. For in many ways, this world crystallizes so many of the Academy Award-winning director's obsessions. Corporate politics, the effect of the media, and the simple power of good over evil. Platoon, Wall Street, Born on the 4th of July, JFK, and Natural Born Killers are all films that use the epic as a backdrop to tell a very human morality tale.
It goes back to the Greeks, Oliver, and his ideas. He has very large ideas.
Yeah, Oliver Stone is the diabolical genius. The way I looked at it is that whenever you feel like it's chaotic or you feel like you can't see, study the material, get into the character, know the lines. The most important thing is the lines, as long as you get, because he'll tell you, look, I wrote these lines for a certain reason. And that's the difference between just being a director and then being an artist.
Any Given Sunday tells the story of an aging football coach, played by Al Pacino, forced to deal with the future when his veteran quarterback is injured.
We're gonna finish this one without you.
Don't you give up on me. You're like a son to me, Cap. I'll fight for you till the day I die.
Jamie Foxx is Willie Beeman, the brash backup quarterback who steps in and plays by his own rules.
He's changing the plays. Just does what he likes.
You run the plays, I call.
I've been warming the bench the whole time I've been in the pros. I don't plan on going back.
It's a very complicated character because he's never experienced the fame. He's never experienced the money, the attention, the women. You get everything thrown at you, handed to you on a silver platter. It really messes with his psyche.
Cameron Diaz is the pragmatic owner of the fictional Miami Sharks, who sees the game of football simply as an entertainment business.
He may sell a lot of T-shirts, this kid, but he's tearing this team apart.
Well, then you hold it together.
Knock it off!
Working with Al Pacino, you think, oh, that's so exciting, but you don't really, you forget, it's like kind of like going, ooh, bullfighting would be really cool. I'd love to be a matador. Ooh, fly the cape until you're in there with the bull. And you're going, what the hell am I doing inside? I clearly should have taken more lessons. You know what I mean?
You let your ego get in the way of this team, and you are gonna let
Get out of
everything.
Get out of here!
That's what it's like working with Al Pacino.
Each of them is, can you top this? And now you're hitting the ball back with Al frickin' Pacino.
You will start Willie on Sunday, and you will make the adjustment to modern time.
You don't tell me what to do.
And you better have some ammunition, and the ammunition's all in the text.
Your father respected me, and he respected the concept
stop using my
of the coach
father as a
coaching
scapegoat?
and the owner owning.
Because if you're gonna catch it and throw it back, you gotta have some verbs and some really powerful language to support it. And that's what Oliver, that was his gift to Cameron.
Why the hell do you think my father put me in charge, a bullheaded moron? You got old.
The movie's not just about football, it's about ego, it's about cockiness, arrogance, it's about hate, it's about love, it's about passion, it's about betrayal, it's about, you know, people who do anything for a dollar, some people who don't care, people who do care, and the canvas happens to be football.
He died because of this. I don't want you to take anything so seriously, honey. It's just a game, honey. Good night, Mother.
Stuffing is good, baby.
Stone has assembled an amazing group of actors to take an unflinching look behind the scenes of professional football.
Why are we wasting it? What can you do there? What can you add to the scene? And as far as you know, he's a famous football player, right? So you got to be, there's a fine line. You've got to get in his face a little bit, but at the same time, you're a little intimidated by him, right? You too. But be obstinate.
Oh, it's Mr. Lehman. Hey, Willie, how you doing?
Some teams are great, but then you get too many stars on one team, not enough ball to go around. Because if you look at it, football ain't no bigger than this. But some egos are, you know, this big. So I think the way that that it was cast really, you know, plays into all that.
Say what you care about anyway. You playing for yourself? What you talking about? Like everybody else on the team. Man, I gotta earn the right to diss somebody on this team, man. Team? Please, call us a team. All I see is a whole bunch of Superfly brothers running around here, living in a white man's world.
Jamie Williams, a former pro with the San Francisco 49ers, served as a consultant on the film.
When we first started working on it, I was going, Stone, what do you know about football? And I thought about his movie, Platoon. And I go, he'll pick it up. He'll understand this.
He tells the story really in the classic style, you know, of an athlete really is a warrior. That's who these people are.
Every Shark fan has a sickening feeling in the pit of their stomach at this moment. I know I do. Let's look at this again. On the backside.
I mean, the world is all about life and death, and that's what football is.
I think I broke my back. Where's it hurt? Right where you're touching it. I have to get a stretcher for you. You that old?
We're taught to follow the camera and television. You know, we follow the camera, we follow the ball. But the real game is played in the trenches. It's played inside the locker room. It's played when we leave practice and we start getting together and, you know, the truth starts to come out. It's played in the back rooms where coaches are making decisions, where owners are making decisions.
This is about all the different tangents that grow out of a professional football team. Ownership, the media, the coach, the players, their wives.
You're the goddamn quarterback for the Miami Sharks.
Everybody's been telling me what to do ever since college. This is not your decision, it is my decision.
I will not listen to this bullshit from you. I will not.
Sports is a magnifying glass for things that move fast, and life is tough. You don't have many years to make it as either a movie star, movie director, or athlete. You know, you're finished fast.
This is the kind of movie you do for free, you know, just to have the opportunity to be in the presence of someone like Oliver, who really is truly a genius.
When Oliver Stone makes a film, he follows his own unique vision. In the case of Any Given Sunday, this vision called for the creation of a completely fictional football league with its own teams, logos, stadiums, fans, players, and coaches. For 10 weeks, the actors went through an intensive professional football caliber training camp. They would be in the best shape of their lives.
In the military films, you know, if I did 2 weeks of strong prep with the military, that was a lot. This camp went on for 8 to 10 weeks.
Any given Sunday, including Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, we got Coach Graff over here. He's real busy. He designed some plays. He's the best that ever did it, and we rolling. Big time.
Stone also drew inspiration from his boyhood heroes, casting former greats like Y.A. Tittle, Dick Butkus, Jim Brown, Johnny Unitas, and Bob St. Clair as coaches.
To be back, even you know, with the smell of sweat and the turf and everything, it's been very exciting for me.
Stone also cast more recent superstars like Lawrence Taylor and Terrell Owens as players. But Stone's League, for all its echoes of the past, reflects something completely new and different. A step faster, perhaps. The stakes feel higher, the hits harder. It's Oliver Stone at his visceral best.
The first hit on the line was weak. The second thing after that was interesting when they took him down.
Well, yeah, I know.
The first hit was weak, though.
And he's also, you know, bringing in the whole corporate structure, you know, the politics of the game that people don't quite understand, how a lot of the politics have to deal with the life of these players, you know, how there's pretty much a lot of times pawns in the game.
I'm not trying to screw him, Harvey, but I'd like to have him in the playoffs. The word's out, everyone's seen him take the hits. Nobody's gonna sign a $2 million concussion case. You do the math, Doctor. What you help save us now, we won't forget a contract time.
Everyone's in awe of how he keeps it together, how he has 4 shots going at one time and knows exactly what's going on. And appears not to have a clue, but ask him a question.
If Jamie's on his knees, you don't have to
Jamie's got a
there.
problem. Eye level with everybody else.
Yeah.
Just do or die. You tight, same man?
That's fine. That's Jamie's point of view.
Keep it lethal, money. We're through all 2. Ready?
And I've done 5 movies with him, 3 that he's directed, 2 he's produced, and we're friends and so on. He drives me absolutely insane.
Just another little shot.
Jimmy!
Yes!
But then you look at the footage all cut together and you go, oh, there was a method to this utter madness.
Okay, rehearsing. Rehearsal.
Willie, how's it feel to be a nobody one day and have the whole world know you the next day?
Well, I was always a star. Y'all just didn't know about it yet.
It's really actually exciting, and I think that he sort of, that's one of his strategies is work, and everybody's just ready to just go, wah, you know, and then he shows you what he's doing.
4 years ago, we won the Pantheon Cup.
I was there, Christina.
Now what are we? We're a second-tier team. That's
We're not a second-tier team.
Come on, admit it, Tony.
How do you make something work? How do you have a winning team? How can you make 22 individuals to function as a team? You know, that's corporate America. That's part of its problem. I'm fascinated by that because we are a corporate society.
And Oliver's been someone from the beginning that I've worked with him about 10 years now that sets goals for himself every day, which I feel like are just beyond his reach.
I'll walk on the set. I'll never tell my AD what I'm going to do the first thing. I say I might do that. I get there in the morning, I sniff the air, the sun, the feeling, talk to the actors. And I said, I'm going to go this way. I'm going to do 43, the scoreboard for up there.
Okay. We shot 43 from here. Just
Daytime.
Yes, sir.
Man, he's got a camera in everywhere, man. He got a camera in the top of your brain. I'm telling you, he's got cameras strapped on people. So when you're running, it's like you can see the perspective, and the hits are like 2 car crashes, like 2 747s. Boom!
I mean, bulls.
I'm telling you, it's crazy. You wouldn't. All right, wait till I can't even get into it.
You know how it goes. It's gearing up, trying to make it real for the folks.
NFL Films is actually the best at shooting real games. Oliver was able to even go a step further than that and taking the camera right down onto the field. And you feel like you're in a real game.
Right split, 25 barrel clear.
On one. I'm coming in fast on your left, boy. Don't make me wait. On one. Ready?
It's one thing you don't see on television is you get into the eyes and into the heads of the players.
As a former player, I try to explain what the game is really about, and people don't get it. Because I'm looking through my camera. That's a different perspective to see the game. And then when I line up on the line, and all this stuff, and I'm down low, and all this stuff is happening, and I look this way, and these guys are looking, sweat's dripping out of my eyes, and all this, well, that's where we're going.
The footage is incredible. And there's just no question in my mind that you will never be able to look at a football game on television for 3 hours again. Once you get used to this kind of football, where you're at ground level, ground zero, where you're inside the huddles and stuff, it's gonna be really tough.
It's just, I don't know how a pass ever gets completed. It's just a wall of, the ball is snapped, the quarterback drops back, but there's a wall of humanity, huge humanity, by the way, coming right at you, and arms flying, and people, and violence in front of you. It's like the enemy trying to come over the wall.
When this Willie Beeman character, Jamie Foxx character, when all of a sudden he has to get into the battle, it's wilder than he ever thought it was going to be.
Kids, buckle up. It's going to be a long day today. Green 41. Green 41. Change the play. Audible. Change the play. He's got pressure. He's ready for the sideline. God damn it.
Game is all that matters to me. Because it's pure. 4 quarters, you cross a line, you score. It's sane. Life isn't.
When you go into it, everybody's like, you're nervous, you're gonna be okay. You know, it's Al Pacino. So that kind of sunk in a little bit, and then so I came in just, rough and tough, ready to do my thing. And he was the nicest cat in the world, and he would go over it with you, because at first I didn't want to bother him. Yeah, you come in the trailer. It was kind of like going in to see The Godfather. Every time, he said, Al wants to see you. Don't cheat. I come in, so.
Everything he does is grounding, his way he walks, the way he moves. I think that he has the ability just to command, to be very commanding, and which is great. He's playing a coach.
Do something. Tackle somebody. Don't let these guys chew up the goddamn clock on us.
You kicked ass.
Yeah, I did.
But I'll tell you something. Cap Rooney's been doing it for years.
And his time is over. And yours is too, unless you start taking some risk and start playing this game the way it's played today.
If I never do another movie again, I will always remember this, because we sat at a table, myself and him, and we went at it.
You see, because that's what a leader's about. Sacrifice. The times he's got to sacrifice because he's got to lead by example, not by fear and not by self-pity. Who you think you're talking to? Half of my football career is over. Hey, you want me to go back to the bench to sacrifice for the greater glory of Cap Rooney?
At one point, he says, you're a quarterback.
You're a goddamn quarterback!
You're the leader of a team.
The leader of a team.
And then they said, cut. And he said, and you're a good actor. What more can you ask for? You know what I'm saying? If they cut all of my scenes, at least I know I had, a little respect, because I respect it.
So I'm gonna stay who I am, Steamin' Willie Beamer. And with the time I got left, I'm gonna play my way.
The filming of the football scenes is tricky business. Stone wants realism, and he's willing to go overboard to get it.
Directing is a weird thing, because you become a bit like the people you direct.
Let's do it! Come on!
Here, I was a football coach. I had to be. I had to push an army.
These are the best available football players. Most every single one of them have played in the NFL at one time or another. These are the real deal guys.
This is Big Run, 68.
Here we go, line up.
2 in the morning. We're out here playing football. The movie is Any Given Sunday. Football at 2 in the morning, live. Doesn't get uglier than that.
I'm making some guys miss. It's action-packed, and at the end of the shot, me and Shark meet on a collision.
Nobody wants anyone to get hurt, But how do you tell an enthusiastic running back, trained since junior high to avoid tacklers and go for the end zone, to get tackled on purpose by Lawrence Taylor? Derek Lassick did the first 3 takes with a cumbersome camera mount.
It feels like I'm carrying about 120 pounds, you know, and you have to adjust your weight and your balance and everything, and it's kind of tough.
By the time I get the tackle off me, he's there already.
Yeah, well, that's why we have a problem.
I'm getting tired. I want to go home.
The timing is off, and Lawrence Taylor is not happy about it.
I'm sitting here waiting for that. Now, if we want to go get him, I'll go get him.
No one wants to get beat. I tell a guy, you're going to get beat here. And they get upset because I don't want to get beat.
If he's going to just run away from him, what the want me to do? They think they're holding NFL tryouts out here. What the hell is going on?
Hey, nice. Hold on.
This is what I'm trying to say to you, boy. When a man looks back on his life, he should be proud of all of it. Not just the years he spent in pads and cleats. You gotta learn that willing here. If you don't, you ain't a man. You're just another punk.
You know, I've learned I have a whole new respect for football players. And I'll tell you another thing. You know, people can say what they want about these high-priced athletes, but I can tell you firsthand, being out here playing football, these guys deserve more money than they're getting paid. Because I'm talking about Epsom salt baths, I'm talking about green alcohol, I'm talking about your body aching from head to toe.
It's that serious, and most people don't see it like that. You know, you watch a football game, you got your favorite player, you turn off the TV on Sunday and go home. This dude has to go sit in the ice tub, you know, for 3 hours after the game because he can't move. You know, he's got kids, he's got mortgage to pay, and his whole life is based on this ankle that gotta heal, or he's gonna play on it.
You just think about the average person in their house, like if they bang their shin on a coffee table, they're like, ah! Now imagine that all day long.
God! I can beat this. Cindy, will you please call it nurse? This doesn't work. I'm a football player. They gotta pump up the volume here.
Breathe. I don't know how they do it. I really don't know how they do it.
I think that the players in this, there's a speech I have where the players are described as men who will not live with shame. And a lot of the things that they will do that are to their own physical detriment, for example, playing with serious injuries and so on, aren't about contracts or anything else. It's about wanting to achieve something.
Who am I to tell these men they cannot live their dream? They will not live with shame like you. They are gladiators. They are warriors. And long ago, they made that choice. Not you, not you, not me. And I am not gonna take responsibility for standing between them. Didn't you ever have a dream, Ollie?
All comes down to today. Either we heal as a team, or we're gonna crumble.
Texas Stadium, Dallas. They say that God cut a hole in the dome so he could watch his favorite team play. The teams today are the Miami Sharks and the Dallas Knights. Stone's Army has taken over the famous stadium to film the climactic scenes of the movie.
You guys are doing a great job. And then Johnny Unitas becomes the other team's coach.
It's a fitting climax to an epic in both size and scope. Over 10,000 extras, a massive lighting rig. Cameras are everywhere.
Thanks for coming down today, really and truly. You don't know how much it means to this movie for all of you to be here.
It's a big moment, not just for the characters in the film, but for the actors as well. Months of preparation, of living with their roles, of the Oliver Stone experience are about to pay off.
You know, you probably had no idea how this movie would challenge you, but you met the challenge. The challenge is incredible.
Now my body is starting, like as you see from the beginning to now, my body is catching up with my mind. Like my reflexes are sharper, everything's quicker, things are starting to operate better. Plus I get to live my dream. That's the coolest part.
Actors call. Actors call. Tell Al we're ready.
Background and action!
You gotta lead this team, Willie. When they look in your eyes, they gotta believe.
I know.
But beyond the color and pageantry of this day, Oliver Stone is telling a story about American life on the edge of the new millennium.
We all have that dramatic moment. We either fail or we succeed or we don't show up.
It's the guy who's willing to die who's gonna win that itch.
Everybody's trying to play that magic moment, that great game, that time in the sun.
If I'm gonna have any life anymore, it's because I'm still willing to fight and die for that itch. Because that's what living is.